Hi, this is Timothy Jackson, and I'm here to share with you my proposed data analysis protocol. So the first thing that we need to look at is an outline of the actual protocol, and it can be divided into 6 different parts. First, observe. Second, make connections. 3, share connections, the good first and the bad second. Fourth, silent reflection on the solution. Fifth, sharing of the solution. And sixth, make goals based on the group consensus of the solution. So we start with the first one, which is observe. This is very similar to the scientific method of observing. What you don't want to do here is when you see the data, you don't want to jump to a conclusion, because if you immediately look at the data and just go, oh, hey, conclusion, then you're going to have a little bit of problems because that could be a false conclusion. You could be twisting the data to concur with your conclusion once you preemptively jump into a conclusion. Now, during at least the first minute or two, there should be no notes taken so that you can prevent any potential false conclusions. What you want to do here is just look at the data. Don't really try to make connections yet, just look. And this is usually about 2 to 3 minutes or so. Now, the next 6 to 10 minutes would be to make connections. And once you observe the data, it's time to analyze it. This is where you take notes and you start looking for the connections. And you're not doing this as a group, you're doing this as individuals. There's been no group discussion yet. A couple questions you can ask: what connections can be made, and are there any visible gaps? And obviously the duration of time depends on the complexity of the data that is being analyzed. Now, after this, you're going to share connections with the group. This is about 5 to 7 minutes maximum. You don't want to spend too much time here, but you don't want to spend too little time here. So it's important to only share the connections and not proceed to give the solutions yet. What did you see here? What sort of connections are here? What sort of problems are here? So first, you're going to start with the positive connections. What are we doing right based on this data? And then you're going to proceed to the negative connections. What can be improved? What's not going so well based on the data? This is also the time to present any potential problems gleaned from the data, like gaps, for example. Now, after this, there's going to be a silent reflection on the solution. You don't want to have too long of a silent reflection, but just long enough to get the basic vibe of a potential solution. Once that time span is up, it's time to share the solution. Now, it's always possible that there's no simple solution to the problem. In this phase, you're going to present your own potential solutions, each one of you in the group, and then you will use them as a springboard to brainstorm for the best solution. Because you put all your solutions together, it's very possible that you're going to come up with something even better than what you accomplished individually. The key here is to have some teamwork. The last thing that you're going to be doing is making goals based on a group consensus of the solution. I have 5 to 10 minutes here, but it could be a little bit more. This is where most of your time is going to be spent. So it's important that these goals are in alignment with the school vision. You don't want to do anything that's outside of the school vision that's not what we are all about. It's also important that these goals will help our school improve for the future. We want to be using this data to make ourselves better, to improve. And that is the main idea of what this protocol is about.